Now on Denver 7 News at 7 o'clock on Local 3, a heads up to parents. COVID guidance is about to change just before kids head back to class. The reverse course from the CDC.
Plus, another out-of-control virus is spreading across the country, how the government is responding to the growing monkeypox cases.
And I think this teen needs a summer bonus. The unexpected pool guest delivered right there on deck.
So much for that relaxing day at the pool. It got exciting really fast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Jessica Crawford. Now it is time for a look at the forecast and how our weather's shaping up for this Friday Eve.
Oh, Friday Eve. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. And this Thursday, it's looking pretty dry here across the metro area and really gorgeous start to our morning. From the mountains to the plains, mostly clear skies, clear conditions up near Winter Park, a touch hazy though here over the Front Range and eastern plains with another air quality alert set to take effect and last until 4 o'clock. That includes Metro Denver, up north through Boulder, Firestone and Erie. Now temperatures outside this morning are mild. We're in the low 60s, Littleton into Lakewood. So your wake up forecast, expect mostly sunny skies to partly cloudy conditions. 11 o'clock we'll already see those mid to upper 80s filter in and we're expecting highs by 3 o'clock in the upper 90s. Denver, Greeley and Sterling. Into the mountains, a warmer afternoon as well. Now we will be seeing some widely scattered thunderstorms, especially south of I-70 right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. Most of the moisture will taper off later on this evening and will clear out by morning tomorrow.
And we have a big problem up to the northbound side of I-25. We've talked about this all morning long. Now the good news, we had double trouble up there. So the southbound side of I-25 is struggling to 84th, but all lanes are open there. This is the truck that's rolled over right now on northbound I-25 at Northwest Parkway. They're going to try to get it back on its wheels and then haul it out of here, but this is going to be a lengthy process and they have that fuel spill to clean up, and you can see how traffic is barely moving back to 120th Avenue. So the drive times right now up that northbound side of I-25 still looking at over an hour right now. So the side streets, whether it's here on over to the west side of I-25 or Washington Street, now they are obviously filling up, but they are at least moving. You can get to it from 120th, 136th or 144th. 128th is not an option, and once you pass 144th, it's all over, and it would take you forever to get up there anyway. So that's what we're seeing right now. The big drive time on the southbound side is 30 minutes from that earlier crash, but the rest of the drive is very typical. No other big problems for you right now to deal with.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Well, any day now we could get an update on COVID-19 guidelines from the CDC. That includes for many schools. We're days away from the first kids going back to class in Douglas County, and as a parent, we want to know the protocols to keep our kids safe. So Denver 7's Colette Bordelon is breaking down what this will mean for teachers and students.
I'm in Highlands Ranch outside of Sand Creek Elementary School, which is part of the Douglas County School District. Like you guys said, the first one going back to school that first day, right around the corner on Monday. And it's a part of a district where the fight over masking actually led to dissolve a regional health department that had been in place for more than 50 years. DougCo updated its COVID plans in January and notes the old CDC guidance that will soon be outdated. CNN got a preview of the expected plans from the CDC. They report it'll ease quarantine recommendations for people exposed to COVID and won't have such an emphasis on the 6 feet rule for social distancing. It could also remove a recommendation that came during the first Omicron wave, where students exposed would take regular tests to remain in the classroom. There's also an expected push for schools to focus on their ventilation, encouraging more clean air inside of buildings. Now, those changes are still being worked on, meaning they're not final as of this morning. CNN reports the changes could be publicly released by this week, though. Of course, different cities, states, and districts can follow different plans. The CDC's recommendations are only guidance. This is the first school year where the COVID-19 vaccines are available for all school-age children. Here in Douglas County, though, those vaccines are not required for students or staff. In Highlands Ranch, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Colette, thank you. At 9 o'clock, the Department of Homeland Security will give an update on how the Biden administration is responding to the monkeypox outbreak. More than 25,000 cases have been reported globally. About a quarter of those are right here in the U.S. That includes 5 kids. While health experts are still learning more about the disease, they know it's contagious through skin-to-skin contact, and they recommend not sharing objects with an infected person and to wash your hands often. Symptoms include headaches, rashes, and blisters. Kyle Benter is recovering from the disease.
It was akin to what I would probably consider to be like medieval torture because it was so long, it was unending.
Most of the monkeypox cases so far have mainly been in men who have sex with men, though health officials warn against a growing stigma associated with the LGBTQ+ community. While the White House has yet to declare it a national emergency, President Biden appointed 2 top federal officials to oversee the nation's monkeypox response. 12,000 doses of the current monkeypox vaccine have been allocated for Colorado, while more than 1 million have been distributed across the U.S. so far. Moderna is considering creating a new monkeypox vaccine with its mRNA technology. We heard so much about that during the COVID pandemic, while the company's president says it's in the early research stages right now. There have been 75 confirmed cases of monkeypox in Colorado this year, and of those, 55 are here in Denver. Denver's Department of Public Health is monitoring monkeypox exposure at the Diamond Cabaret. Health officials say the strip club has been fully cooperative throughout the process. They confirmed a case of monkeypox in mid-July and have notified staff members who had close contact with an infected employee.
Well, many families are still out of their homes this morning after a huge fire in Aurora. This happened on Whitaker Drive, a few blocks from the Quincy Reservoir. It is an older neighborhood with large trees towering over the homes, but neighbors said yesterday the flames were towering over the trees, and you can see the damage it caused. Robert Lees called 911 as he and others tried to save their homes.
I also grabbed my hose, I turned it on, I just started getting stuff wet. I'm like, whatever it takes, to help stop whatever. I'm going to do that part. Other neighbors are breaking into the homes, knocking down doors, trying to make sure everyone is okay. To me, that was the best thing out of this whole rotten tragedy, was to see how the community came together and really helped each other out.
How about that perspective? And that's the message he wants other Colorado neighborhoods to take from this situation, is to just have each other's backs in a time of crisis. Aurora Fire investigators will be in the neighborhood for a while, working to determine how the fire started.
This morning, we're hearing from one of the victims in a horrifying hate crime in Aurora. A man tried to set people on fire because they were speaking Spanish. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta is digging into how common crimes like this are.
Well, as you can imagine, both men, they are still really shaken up, and they're actually friends. They've only been in the U.S. for about 4 months. They came here from Colombia to try and expand a business that they have back at home. That stop at that Aurora gas station, it was supposed to be a really quick one. Just fill up on gas and then go on their way. Instead, one of those victims that I spoke with ended up being doused in gasoline, his car keys stolen, even a rock thrown through his back car window. A gas station employee who rolled into work just as the suspect was leaving said he went straight to the back and watched that surveillance video. He said he was shocked and obviously really upset by what he saw.
I play music in the store most of the time in Spanish. I speak Spanish to most of the customers. And for them to feel or see that, someone got poured gas on them for just speaking Spanish is very, very frightening,
Unfortunately, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. In Aurora, the police department actually set up a bias-motivated unit last year to investigate hate crimes and arrest the people who commit them. Take a look at this. Over the last 6 months of last year, just under 20 hate crimes were reported to Aurora PD. Those included crimes against a person's race and sexual orientation. This year, those numbers are even higher. Aurora police have responded to 23 hate crimes. This is just in the last 7 months. As for the suspect in this gas station attack, police say they still really do need your help identifying him and finding him. He's on your screen right here, so take a good look at him. Police saying that he took off in that car that you see there as well, a dark-colored sedan. Now, anyone with information is being encouraged to give Aurora police a call. You can do that over at 303-627-1661. You can also email them at stophate@auroragov.org. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Thank you, Veronica. Today would be a great day to explore Rocky Mountain National Park. It is free to visit any national park today to celebrate the Great American Outdoors Act, signed back in 2020. Hiking at Rocky Mountain National Park will be a little bit more accessible too. You can rent an all-terrain wheelchair for free. This is what it looks like. It has off-road wheels. It also has push handles on the back. If you need a little boost from your friends, you can reserve the wheelchair by calling the Estes Park Mountain Shop. Be on the lookout for Rocky Ford melons at your grocery store or farmer's market. Farmers in southern Colorado say their cantaloupes had a great season. The watermelon season also got off to a slow start, so those will be in stores over the next few weeks. The famous fruits are known to have sweeter flavors compared to other melons. As a summer lifeguard, you train for the water rescues and for CPR. I don't know if you're ever ready for a woman to go into labor on your watch.
Well, fortunately, a Longmont teenager stayed calm, cool, and collected before springing into action. 18-year-old Natalie Lucas ran over to help the woman who was just out for a relaxing day at the YMCA pool. Natalie got someone to call 911 and helped the couple deliver their baby right there on the pool deck.
Without her, I would not have been able to safely focus my attention on making sure that, Tobin came out and he was safe and healthy.
It's definitely an eye-opening experience of, all right, this is pretty crazy, but I'm proud of myself and I'm glad I could help them in the way that I could.
Both mom and baby Tobin are doing well, and Natalie says that she hopes to send him birthday cards as he grows up. The next Michael Phelps right there.
We hope so. That would be nice. Are we headed for a recession or not? The answer may come from overseas, where the U.S. stands as the UK braces for a bleak economic report.
Travel nightmares at the airport could soon be cushioned with a payout. The newest rules coming from the feds and when they're set to take effect.